Out there. This is Tom Coons along with Chad Porter here with another uh, podcast talking about, and we just lost Chad a little bit, but talking about, your showcases and what you can do now to get recognized for recruiters. And we want to take and explain to you what we see, what you should be doing, and so on to get noticed out there in the world today. So we got Jeff Wagner calling in. Let's see, Coach. Nothing. We're just doing our podcast. Are you coming in? All right. That was Coach Wagner. He'll be here in 1 second. He's getting the same storm, so I guess we're all in
Me
the same
too.
boat here.
We're
But
getting
what
it
we're
as
going to
well,
talk
and
about,
it's ticking me off.
I was telling him, Chad, what we're going to do here is talk about what athletes, both male and female, should be doing right now to get noticed, or what they're doing that's hindering them from getting noticed, or whatever. Especially now, summer ball, showcases, clinics, everything out there. Take it away. What's your perspective on this right now?
Got to get in front of people. I mean and that's probably that isn't a vague answer or anything like that, but you got to get in front of people. As recruiters, we've got to go to where the players are, right? I mean, so as a player, you've got to go to where the recruiters are. So you got to get in front of people. And right now, I think that a lot of guys are going to run into the end of the summer. A lot of guys play football. They're going to run into the beginning of football season and that type of stuff. Guys need to keep going with it. Guys that aren't playing a fall sport, get out to those showcases, camps, play fall ball, those types of things. But you got to go where coaches are going to be. You got to go where the recruiters are going to be.
And let's face it, you know darn well, college coaches like athletes that play multiple sports, most of them. High school coaches, sometimes you get in toward the football season, they want you to start concentrating there because they want to have a successful high school season. So they kind of limit you a little bit with your baseball look. So you're like caught in between there. So you've got to try to expend more time because you've got to dedicate yourself to the sport season you're in, but also work on the sport season that you might want to work on.
Yeah, and some coaches, it's kind of a mixed bag at the high school level. Some football coaches, may allow their players to go play, on the weekends, if they're not doing stuff. But that's kind of difficult because,
Right.
As baseball coaches, we don't want our kids playing other sports, AAU basketball. So I'm not even gonna get into that. But you got to go to where you're going to be seen, like recruiters, like. We've got to go to where the players are. You find the best players, right? That's where you find players. You got to go where players are. Well,
exactly.
Kids, you got to go where you're going to be seen by people.
Yep. Coach Wagner, welcome. We're talking about what kids should be, or players, male, female, should be doing now to get seen, or what's hindering them from being seen. Now that we're in the summer crunch and summer ball is there, clinics are there, showcases are there. What should they be doing?
Well, honestly, finding the best pitchers in every team that you go through. Most college coaches are chasing pitching, and if you have exceptional pitching on your team, you're a position player, you're going to have a chance. That's where everybody's looking at. You mentioned showcases. I think showcases are, if you know which showcases to go after, what fits your profile, what's your analytics. You can dive into your, I guess, where you stand in these programs. There's a thing called Eagle Claw. Eagle Claw does analytics on each program on kids that they recruited, and what's in the program. And you can kind of take your analytics and compare that with a program and then maybe attend those showcases. Does it fit academically, socially, all that stuff? And I think that that's where they can focus on. But anymore, I think that the showcases are really, really important. You get on college campuses, you're meeting with the coaches, and you're performing right there with them. Obviously, picking the good summer teams that have good pitching. I that's what coaches are chasing right now. And the emails could be more of a winter time. Right now, it's just picking good tournaments, showcases, and being around the best talent you can be in.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, you run some good showcases with Next Base showcases, but I like the idea of the showcases that you're going to go to. I played a lot of summer ball. My son played summer ball. We all played. Chad coaches summer ball, but I like the specialized thing where you can go get your metrics tested,
Yep.
and like that, because I've seen summer ball be successful. I've also seen some coaches that would rather win a tournament than develop a player, and so on. So I think that's up in the air. Am I saying don't play summer ball? Absolutely not. I think it's great. The more you can play, the better you're going to get. But I think the showcases and things or if you got a summer ball coach who can measure those metrics you were talking about, or give you information to give to college coaches, I think that's a win-win.
Yeah, no question. Anymore, Tom and Chad, it's really hard for these kids. I mean, to navigate everything that's going on. And then you really look at, we talked about this last time, what a coach has to do at college with the portal and draft and junior college. I mean, you go on and on. The roster changes, and you need somebody in this profession that can call coaches and tell the true story and be honest and give an honest evaluation on the kids and where they might stand, and telling the kids the rosters and kind of helping them through that process. Because I think with all this going on, now is more than any other time to have somebody like what we're doing behind you and helping you for the next 4 years, which is, probably the most important time of your life. And I think that's too important to not have professionals help you.
And that's where we come in with the head and account recruiting. I mean, we're not only there to help promote a kid, but we get their name out. We make the calls. We get them to the areas, try to get them to the areas that they want to look at. So it's the right fit, both athletically, academically, and it's a win-win for everybody. Chad?
Yeah, I mean, having someone in your corner not only has credibility with the coach, maybe knows them as well, that's able to give an honest evaluation to help you out is super important.
Now, here's my question. What could hinder, going the other aspect, what could hinder a kid or a player right now with recruiting? Wags, you've seen many kids in both ends of the spectrum. Kids that are working to get to that level. But what about the other kid? What could hurt a kid at this point right now?
Well, I'd start with academics. I think that if they're not doing the job in the classroom, obviously we know there's not much scholarship money, and that anytime a college coach can package a deal together and use academics, it's so important to college programs, because you got 11.7 or you got 7 or 8 scholarships at Division II, and you get grant money in Division III. You need those academics to be really important. I think not taking your body. Another thing is not taking care of your body, not eating right, not staying in shape, and not being ready for the moment. Putting yourself in a good routine every day and getting yourself ready to play the game, so that when you're in front of college coaches, you're ready to be at your best. And I think that those are two really, really important things. Just working at your skill. This is a game about being consistent, and you got to be on a baseball field every day.
Chad?
Yeah, I think that staying in shape and staying ready. I've been to showcases, I've been to workouts, I've had workouts of my own. Division II, we could work kids out, and kids would be like, the season's been over, for so many weeks, I haven't touched a baseball. They'd come in and they would look awful, and wouldn't look anything like you would think, simply because they weren't in shape, they weren't taking care of their bodies, or they give you the old "I've been on vacation," that type of deal. I mean, look, if you really, really want it, and you really want it that bad, you're willing to do what it takes.
Right.
And that's an alarm for me. That was an alarm for me when you'd see a kid at a workout and the kid would struggle. Maybe you'd get a call from the coach, and the coach would pump him up. You'd look at some numbers. You get out there and you're like, what's going on? Well, he's been gone. He hasn't done this. Well, that's on them. That's on them, because like Coach said, you've got to produce in the moment.
Right.
You've got to produce in the moment. So it's staying sharp. And to be quite honest, if you've got to go on vacation, or you have a little bit of a break in between, maybe your summer ball season and some fall showcases, or even fall ball, do what it takes. Push-ups, sit-ups, sprints, play wall ball, 100 dry swings a day. Get YouTube on the big screen and track pitches from some guy's PBR video. Do what it takes. And when you don't, that's a red flag to us.
Right. I think in addition to, and you both make great points, I think the other variable could be is their attitude. You're there on a field trying to get to that next level, and you're messing around, screwing around, whatever, through warm-ups, doing whatever. I've seen summer league games, tournaments, first round game, guy hits a home run in the first inning, jogs around the base, yelling, "I'm the man." What is? And they lose the game 8-1. I think some coaches are looking at that situation, or looking at this, how you warm up, or how you prepare, or how you get ready, and saying, "Do I want that for my program?" Things like that. So you got your academics, you got your body, you got how you play, and you got your attitude. There's some variables there that you, as a player, male or female, can control.
Yeah.
Jeff, anything?
No, I agree 100%. They all go hand in hand, and you got to have a passion. I can tell you how many times I signed a kid that I went out to the field, and he went 0 for 4, but he played the game the right way.
Right.
And I loved how good of a teammate he was. But I can tell you also, there was more kids that I didn't sign and walked away that had bad attitudes, didn't run balls out. There's guys that are not going to make it at 5:30 in the morning with a strength coach yelling at them.
That's
and
right. That's right.
It's just that passion and energy for the game, that I think is so important. There's too many kids out there. There's too many opportunities that these kids have to make sure, they're ready for, and that they take on a challenge and they're good to go.
Yeah, and you gotta, if your goal is a Division I player, be prepared. If the coach is offering you that scholarship, you gotta be ready to go for that coach. Yep. Division II, same thing. Now Division III, you want to be able to play, but it's a little bit different. You're going to get maybe some grant money or academic money, so you better make sure you're set in the classroom, because if you don't get that, you're not going to play either.
Correct.
So there's a lot of variables out there, and there's a lot of great players that I've seen, and 10%, I don't know if I would sign them. Just watching their mannerisms on the field if that would be somebody I would want in my program. I would rather go with somebody who's going to fight for the team, not try to be an individual.
Well, that's that sixth tool that you talked about.
Correct.
That sixth tool, and that's why pro scouts are just kind of being incognito, watching BP, seeing how guys are taking ground balls, seeing how serious they are. They've already done their homework about they've talked to guidance counselors, they've talked to all kinds of people, but I always loved going to watch batting practice and those types of situations when people had no idea who I was as a recruiter. See the way guys carry themselves, the way guys warm up, the way guys take this thing seriously, because you can check some boxes as a recruiter before the game even starts. And the other thing is this: seeing games was always important to me. Showcases are great. I had some kids that were not good showcase guys,
Right.
but were good enough that games, those instincts, that sixth tool took over. They maybe had just enough bat speed, just enough arm speed to be successful. And that sixth tool, their work ethic, that passion took over, and they were pretty good ball players.
Right, Jeff?
Yeah, I agree 100%. The intangibles, it's hard to, really determine if a guy's going to be a great player or not. All you can go off of is going to a ballpark and watching how he loves the game. You can do a lot with a guy. This is the best game there is, because you don't have to be, the fastest guy, throw the hardest, but if you do the little things right and you have a great energy about you and you're a great teammate, give me 9 of those guys, we're going to win a lot of games.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And that's where we come in with this head and account recruiting.com that we do. Get on that website. Look at the programs and the packages that are offered. We have a lot of good opportunities there, and it's not the break the bank opportunities either. You can compare it to a lot of other ones. You're going to save some money in the end. Jeff has a tremendous one. In fact, Jeff, tell them how you've helped already. How many kids that you've worked with? You got 100%.
Right now, Tom, in a short period of time,
And I think too, Jeff's going to talk about the program. I think that every kid that we've worked with at this point has been placed. But go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm back. I think what we got into this, Tom, with the fact that we wanted to work with a small amount of kids and help them out and not get too big. I'm up to 12 kids. 7 of my kids have committed already. And I think that's a great ratio so far. I'm going to take pride in getting all my players recruited or signed, and then we're going to get 100% here soon.
Right.
And then our next base transfer portal combines, we've had a third of the kids get committed. So to me, those are outstanding ratios.
Yeah, and like I say, we're at a price point. And Chad, you can talk to this too. We're at a price point where we're not breaking the bank, for what we're offering, and we're not watering down anything. We're helping kids, guys or girls, to get where they want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to spend a lot of money to get to college. We want this to be affordable. We want to be honest up front and help you, like you say, without breaking the bank. So that's really important to us. And I think with that being said, that your best interest is at the forefront of what we do when we're not charging tons and tons of money, to do this.
Right. And I think, like I say, if you go on the website, headandaccountrrecruiting.com, you'll see the programs and packages, but you'll also see the questionnaire there. Fill out the questionnaire. There's no obligation to do that. That gives us information. We'll call you, and we'll see what your interests are, what you want to do. And we're not. Believe me, we're coaches. We're not hard sell salesmen here. Mm-hmm. have your best interest in mind. And that's what we want to do. We want to help you. We want to help your family. And ideally, we'd like to have you find a spot where you're going to be successful for 4 years, not have to go in a transfer portal, not have to go here and jump around. We want you to be happy athletically, academically, socially, the whole 9 yards. So if you are interested in that, check our website out. You'll see the packages there. You'll see Jeff's stuff there, Chad's stuff there, my stuff. We're all together on this. Fill out that questionnaire. We will get back to you. If you put your number in there or email, we'll get back to you. We'll set up a time. We'll go and explain that out. And like I say, we'll keep doing these podcasts. We're going to try to get on a schedule here once a week and just give you the nuts and bolts of what we're looking at. And guys, any final remarks?
Keep
Go ahead,
working
Chad.
hard.
Keep working at it, and we will see you sometime next week. But again, get on that site, fill out that questionnaire so we can help you. We'll see you then.